When it comes to brand building, one of the most important things to understand is that you shouldn't just assume that you know your customers. Conjecture is really dangerous and can lead to misdirection. And I think one of the key investments, and it's not a substantial investment that business founders can make, is investing in qualitative research and getting to know their customers. And that can really take the form of an in-person or virtual interview, whether you do it yourself or ideally hire an independent consultant. But what you're trying to do is take a pool of 5 to 10 of your ideal customers and really understand the value that they see in your specific product or service, and also areas for improvement. And the value of doing that with an independent consultant is that you guarantee anonymity. So a customer feels completely safe to speak freely, and they give you such rich insights that you can build your brand positioning and brand development on that aren't really founded in conjecture or what you think the market wants. And what I've realized from a lot of my clients is that they build out a positioning based on what they think their market is searching for, when in fact it's something completely different. So I'd kick off by saying customer interviews are key to effective brand building. Then I would say when you're choosing a designer to build a logo or a brand identity for you, think about the design style that is most true to the brand and the personality that you're trying to put out to market. You know, I've got 4 designers that I work with, and each of them is completely unique in their style. One is very elegant and sophisticated, kind of very typical corporate. Another's an amazing illustrator. Another is really edgy and modern and trendy. And before hiring a designer or just simply going based on referral, I would suggest that people as a team kind of create an inspiration board, go to Pinterest, look at brands that you love, and then seek out a designer whose portfolio specifically aligns with that kind of design style. I think it's really important to avoid marketing fluff and saying what you think your customers want to hear. Consumers are incredibly savvy when it comes to marketing. I mean, in my family group this morning, my sister shared a video that she thought was amazing, and my mom responded saying that advertising is completely cheesy. So we underestimate how clever and tuned in our consumers are, and we tend to want to say things that we think that they want to hear. But when you speak in relatable terms and you tell stories that really make a customer feel heard and that you get them in a way that competitors can't, that's when you pique interest. And over time, if your service offering delivers in a way that adds value to their lives, you build trust. And trust is the core tenet of loyalty, which is what we're all trying to build, irrespective of whatever product or service we're in. And I think from a brand building point of view, and you know, this is not just because I'm in the space, but investing in strategy before you undergo brand development is probably the most important piece of advice that I could give to anybody. Most of my clients, I'd say 80% of my clients are in a rebrand environment. So I do work with startups and I love startups, but really the bulk of my business is people coming to me with medium and large companies and saying, we've stuffed up. Somewhere along the line, this brand is just not resonating. It's not helping us drive sales. Our message is confusing. We don't feel connected to it, and our customers don't feel connected to it. And often what's happened is they've gotten a business idea, they've hired a designer and a dev to, quickly put together a great, beautiful visual identity, but they haven't taken the time to consider where they're taking the business, what their value proposition is, what their unique differentiators are, what kind of personality or stories would really connect. And so the designer or developer doesn't have a clear sense of the brand, and so they build a superficial brand expression. And invariably, they come to someone like me to say, help us find that direction and that vision, and then make sure that the designers and developers get it as well, so that you've got that strong alignment. You should do this once. Brand building should take place once in your lifetime or once in your business's lifetime. And if you do it correctly with a strategic foundation, that brand should last you for 10 or 20 years because of its consideration for long-lasting impact and relevance.